All right. Good morning, guys. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, say hi. Or if you can hear me, use the emoji button. Voltage. Drop voltage in the chat. Drop voltage in the chat. What up? What up, chats? Drop voltage in the chart. Drop voltage in the chart. I want to see voltage dropping in the chart. That's all I want to see. I want to see voltage dropping in the charts. 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 I want to see voltage dropping in the charts. Yeah, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yeah, keep it coming. Keep dropping voltage first before anything happened this morning. First of all, biggest voltage is here. Drop voltage in the chart. Just keep dropping voltage in the chart first. Keep dropping voltage in the chart. Yes, just keep dropping voltage first before anything happened this morning. And for those of you that took this trade yesterday, if you know you took this Euro NZD live on the on the live trading call yesterday, drop voltage in the charts. Drop voltage in the chart. If you know you took the trade yesterday, just drop voltage in the charts. Don't say anything, just drop voltage in the chart. That's what I want to see right now, so that we can go and look for more trades. So it's all up on you guys. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying. That is what I am saying. What up, chats? That is what I'm saying. What up, chat? What up, chat? What up, chat? Yes, that's the energy. That's the energy. So, like I said, and like I always say, guys, right? Like I always say, there's nothing as good as what you say. Lots of setup cooking today. Yes, a lot of setups are cooking today. Oh, Stanley, you're right. So many setups cooked today. But what I will tell you guys is, when you have a platform such as this, where you can actually see, every step by step, the thought process behind the trade setup, how it was executed, the wait time, the risk management, everything, right? Anyway, I'm not saying this because of we're doing it here right now. I also do it. You guys know. So those of you that are in my private, my public Telegram channel where I trade live, you guys have seen me do it like every time, right? Every time. So in case you see anything like this anywhere, please stay there and learn. Don't just stay there and say, "Oh, I want to make money." Oh, okay, these guys they're always calling trades and trades are always going well. Let me just say I can make my daily bread. No, stay and learn so that tomorrow, if like okay, look at it right now, right? When I do it live on my Telegram channel, right? I do it for a period of time because I do it there for free. Now, when brands come and hire my service to come and trade live for them, I leave that because I can't be trading, on their own platform and then trading on my at the same time. I leave that platform and move to the platform that the brand is asking me to serve. And what happened to those people that are there if they were only looking at, oh, Uncommon is dropping setups and we're making money, V is dropping, setups and we're making money, FSK is dropping setup and we're making money. Do you understand my point? If they did not focus on learning to at least one or two things to understand that, okay, this is how this thing works. Okay, I can go and try it. All right. And like I tell a lot of people, the best way for you to learn how to trade is not what people are showing you outside when they will say, okay, we want to see price. When price gets here, let's use the replay tool. No. The best way to trade is after they have shown you all those things, they need to show you a practical step by step. Okay, yes, you are teaching me this thing, you're telling me this is what's going to happen. Please show me from point A to point B to point C live. That's the best way anybody can learn. So that it's not only going to like because it's crazy when you take a trade, you get taught on a particular thing and you are left alone to figure it out. And when I'm saying they should trade live at live, I'm not saying trading live is just the mentor is not because some mentors will now go and look for the best trades just to show you that okay, I've traded live with you. No, trading live, it also you are trying to figure out the win, what happened during the losses. So some mentors are they want to always look good. They want to always look perfect. So they will look for the ones that always, I'm not saying that you should not, look for trades that will give you more wins, all right, and reduce the losses, but at least they don't want to show the loss part. They always want to be, win, 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 and then show them that yes, that's why I'm the mentor. No. Let the trader see when you take a loss. All right. You let the trader see when you take a loss. Like when we had our trade set up on gold, we took a loss. Okay, yeah, on gold. This is it here. On gold. We took a loss here. All right, we took a loss here. All right, and we took a win at this point. So it's not really about win, 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 win. Let them take the loss. Let them see how you handled it. Let them see your drawdown. Let them see when price was in floating loss for a very long period of time. Let them see how price got to TP and reversed back, and then later went. You can see that same thing happened here on EURNZD. All right, we're already in on the trade here. Price came back and then went. Some people would have said, "Oh, price has come back to my entry. Let me close." Now, all these things are what builds the experience through the lens of their mentor. All right, it builds the experience of that student or that trader through the lens of their mentor. So they know that, oh, I remember one time when I took a gold, when I was teaching gold, how to trade gold on my public Telegram channel, and there's this live trading session we did, and price came into our SL, came into that point, like it was with full force candle coming to the down, like, and I was still talking, and we're live on the trade, and I was still talking to them that this is why you need to manage your risk, you need to do this, you need to do that. No matter how long you have been in the game, just ensure that you need to stay consistent. I was just talking and doing my thing while watching the trade. Everybody was looking at the trade at the same time. But guess what happened? The trade now, started going our direction before we're in profit 1 to 2 hour, 1 to 3 hour, live on the on the trade set on the call on the live trading session, and I started getting DMs. Guess the DMs I was getting. Like, how did you? I love your psychology. I love your calmness. I love the fact that you were really patient. How did you hold the trade through the time that you were looking as if it was going to hit SL? Oh my god, I was like shaking. I almost closed my trade. You see, so if many of them have not seen through that, they just think it's just all about you set up price, just tap and go, every time. That's so easy. No, there are sometimes where price will mess with you. Price will play around your entry. It will dance, 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 dance. Imagine this was an entry here now. Imagine this was an entry. Of course, this was an entry. We didn't enter this one. We waited for this confirmation. That's why we entered here. This was our initial entry. Remember, this was our initial entry. See how price dance, dance. I think FS was in this trade from here. Yeah, FS Queen was in this trade from here. She's in this trade from here, right? He dance, 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 dance. Some people would have closed. Dance, 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 dance. Some people would have closed the trade and say, oh no, 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 I can't hold this trade. Only for them to come and see to the upside. Then when they now come and see price around here, they will not rush and enter, put their asset below. Price will not take them out. They will not say, price is taking me up. Only for price to not buy again. So what does this tell you? This tells you that you need to be in platforms where traders trade live. Not, I'm not talking about buy from here, sell from here. Yes, we can understand that, but execute. How do you enter that trade? Because it's always it always looks very good when it's shown, when they show the before and after. I see this, if I show this before and after, and I posted on my X, and people would be like, oh my god, how you catch this trade? But you know the psychological effects that happened around this area when price came there. So take this platform that Funded Verse has brought to you to learn. Okay, to learn. And I always tell people who are privileged to see me trade live. I'm not the trader who markets course. uh I have my university, the Uncommon University, but you will never see me post. You will never see me post on X that, oh, this month we are taking in students, blah blah blah, like consistently. I think I already did that once during the announcement of the opening of that group. All right, that was the only time I talked about it, right? And I did it for May, June, and July, and after that, that May, June, and July last year, or is it this year? I can't remember. Okay, last year, yeah, last year, right? And that was it, right? That was it. I don't come this month and tell you boot camp, masterclass. I don't even announce. A lot of people don't even know that, you know, that what's going on Yonkon University. I keep my numbers small, but those that know me. Do you understand? And I like to, I like to show people the practical side of trading, not just based on the technical analysis. Because I tell a lot of people that technical analysis, let me use PG, not less. There's no way you would, you pass through my university and you don't understand technical analysis. That one is. But where the problem is now you mastering yourself, because you can be given the right tool that will make you wealthy or profitable. But you, if you don't master yourself, you will sabotage that tool and end up what? End up throwing away something or mishandling or misusing something that could have changed your life. All right. All right. So enough for that prep talk. We are still buying. Do I'm out of the trade because I've gotten what I need to get. Target is this high. All right. FS Queen, the swing trader, is still on this trade. God bless her. For me, I take what I need to take, and I commence my way out. All right, so let's look at what we have today. Let's look for some trades today. No, this is not. We didn't take this trade. I was showing somebody something last night. Okay, so let's look at what we have. You guys, do you have any pair that you know that has cooked? For those of you that have been following our teachings, that's where I'm going to like start from right now. If you know you've been following our teachings, do you have any trade setup that has cooked? Do you have any trade setup that has cooked? For those of you that have been following our teachings here, do you have any trade setup that has cooked? Tell me and let's check it out. We have a very sweet buy on this trade. But I don't know why Daily doesn't want to come here. I need daily to come into this point. I think it was one of my private mentee that while he was practicing, he spotted this trade setup, right? And then he shared it with me. So we are both waiting for price to come into this place and close so that he can see a practical example of how this thing works. All right, so I should check EU, AU, and GU sell. You guys know me and this EU, GU, especially that this thing. I really do not like it. Yeah, I think I had a sell setup here. Okay, it didn't come back. I had a sell setup here, but it didn't come back. Or it's yet to come back. But let's review it again. All right, so this I should check EU. Let me start from GU first. Let me start from GU. I'm not seeing anything significant on the weekly time frame because we are ranging on the weekly time frame. So let's look for. Oh, we're also ranging on the monthly time frame. But this monthly time frame range, it looks somehow. How many more days? 18 more days. Supposed to buy from here, but it's selling to as well. So as we are seeing buy and sell, all right, we need to once you start seeing buy and sell, right, you need to now understand that you're in a range. All right, and the kind of range that we are forming right now is those kind of progressive slaughterhouse. Those ones that should be ranging big from the start, then start getting smaller. Those are the progressive slaughterhouse. So the more you get close to when if you're not seeing the buy and sell almost at immediate time is when the slaughter becomes intense, and then you're waiting for price to give you a directional intent. If it's going to buy, it should give us that. All right, or if it's going to sell, it should give us that. Okay, but we cannot excuse the fact that it's a range. All right, but yeah, we can still look for something within that. So so far so good. Yeah, I'm still expecting a buy. I don't know how I want to frame this. I'm expecting a buy on this. Like the directional intent should give me a buy on this. But I will not go my expectation because a range is a range until it decides. I would not stress my brain to want to like prove. All right, I'll just work with what I can work with. So far so good. It's a sell on the daily time frame. That's the only place we can actually profile our directional bias. And it's been selling, it's been selling. We had this previous day high gone into this volume. Target was this, but unfortunately, price did not come and give us our entry. I don't know why I even went this far. I don't know why I went this far. This is where I should have been. All right, and I wanted to catch it direct, but this is where I'm still waiting for price to get into for a sell. Okay, so for a sell, so this what I'm going to do is I'm still in for the sell. Do I really trade this pair? So no, I'm not going to trade it buy because I don't trade it, but let me just give you guys the insight. All right. I'm still in for a sell, but I want to see price pull back to this level. And then we use H1 confirmation. All right. Use H1 confirmation to this level. All right. That's all I can see. Remember, we're in a range. So this is the most clear path on G, right? Clearest path on G. All right, liquidity has been taken for the previous day low, previous day high was taken, thereby tapping into volume two. But this after liquidity has swept and tapped into volume, we have another volume here that has not been mitigated. So price will therefore leave this as inducement for this volume two below. Okay, so I'm expecting price to give me a pullback. Well, how many hours? I sure it's not tap here before it does that. But anyways, I'm expecting price to give me a pullback into this level. All right, then I use one H1 confirmation to sell. All right, so yeah. So what's the other one again? EU. Let me check EU first. EU. Before we go in for a trade we want to catch today. Okay, I was waiting for EU to break below here, but it failed to do that. But it failed to do that. All right, it failed to do that. So I'm actually having the same thing for EU. So let me quickly dispatch this whole stuff. Yeah, we all agree that we're in a range on EU2 as well, right? But we're looking at some points that EU needs to sell from, which I believe currently is at that sell area. But let me check what's happening on the monthly first before I can give a final verdict. Okay, good. Ah, this is a very, very good. This is a very clean spot this thing is trying to sell from. But the issue there is that it would have made sense if we waited for today to close. All right, it would have made more sense if we waited for today to close. But then again, I don't think it's bad. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So we're having this because it's in a range. I'll just deal with this point. All right. And today is Thursday. Okay, good. Because it's in a range, I'll just deal with this point. Okay. All right. So that's on the monthly. All right. On the weekly, we are reacting off this volume. We've had a sweep. We've had a sweep. All right, we had a sweep and then we had created another volume at this point, right? So price is currently reacting from this, and then price closed yesterday, which is the week, sorry, last week, nicely. It closed really nice. All right. So we want to see price deliver to this downside. All right. But we need one confirmation. We need one confirmation. So we need to see price close below here today. All right, we need to see price close below here today, which is already, happening. All right. Okay. All right. All right. But to join that, if you cannot wait for price to close below there, and you want to be the one who would carry price to deliver that breakout, then you should be looking at this area. Use H1 confirmation to sell. If you cannot wait for today to close, all right. This is the most recent volume tool within. All right, that will deliver price to this point. All right, so yeah, that's what I can see on what they call it, uh Euro USD. All right, you said we should check AUD. AUD. I don't think we took AUD anymore. We're looking for a buy earlier. Okay, yeah. It took that high. All right, it took that high. It took that high. But let me check. Let's see now. What's the new status? Uh, I'm expecting price to get to this point before we have that dump. I'm expecting price to get to this point before we have that dump. That was why I was keen on that buy area, but that's taking out the high already. That's taking out the high. So where can we see price sell to? Like high break. To be honest, I don't have anything I'm seeing on this EU anymore. AU anymore. If price gets to this point, I'm interested in selling from up here, but I don't know how long price is gonna do that. I don't know how long it's gonna take price to get there, but that's the only place I can be, you know, like I'm willing to sell from. USD card is reacting from monthly key level and 4 hours is already looking good. USD card, USD card, USD card, USD card. Yes. Yes. All right, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Oh, yes, it's reacting from monthly. It's reacting from monthly. And how many days do we have for this month to end? We have 18 days. This candle can only push up, 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 back to this point. And the break, price come back here and price pushing back up. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have weekly CRT, grooming currently, which is good. So what I will do is I'll wait for this week to close, and when this week closes, I'll be interested in buying from this point here. All right, if this week closes like this, I'm interested in buying from this point. All right, target I don't know yet. All right, because that target now requires the monthly time frame to close. Do you understand? It requires the monthly time frame to close before we can determine. But we have 18 more days, so that's why we are trying to catch a buy on the weekly. But let's look for target on the daily. So if that is where I'm expecting for next week, now you would agree with me that we have some sort of a very, very good region here. All right, a very good region here for the daily time frame. All right. The reason why I don't want to like switch to H4 to go and look for a buy immediately is because the week is already done. Do you understand? This candle would definitely would give you a good pump, but you know, I would expect price to pull back here next week so that I can buy. All right. Sometimes I always tell you guys that you don't just enter trade because of it meets your criteria. You have to also look at the time and be willing to bargain that do I really want to go in on this trade? All right. If you don't bargain that, you might just go and enter a trade now before you know price will dance around your entry or give you some profit, then pull back and then lock you in for the weekend. Yeah, so on Fridays, I'm always wary. If I don't see trade between now and 2 o'clock, or say the end of the close, close of the day, I'm no longer interested. All right, so I'll be looking at this area. I'll be next week. Will you get to that point? That'll be next week. So this week has just given, a sweep of a volume, all right, which is good. So I want see price pull back to this point, and then I can look for my entry. All right, you can see that price just is just on the daily price is just breaking out. You can see it's just breaking out. You can see how price tried multiple times and failed to break until this one came. So today has to buy. So if you're looking for this buy, yes, it will buy. All right, but next week I rather wait for that buy to pull back into this level, and then I will take it from here. All right, I'll take it from here. But H4 is looking good, no doubt. All right, H4 is looking good. All right, H4 is looking good already. All right, but it's something I'd rather wait for. All right, let me check and see something else. AUD card. Only NU triggered. Okay. Well, just hold on. Let me see. AUD card. All right, AUD card. Can see, can see all these things people are looking at. It's you that have to do yourself in this market. People will see pure ranging market, you will chook your head inside. Pure ranging market, you will chook your if your head does not enter inside, if you need to rest. All right. If your head does not enter inside, if you don't collect SL, your mind will not dey. We're inside the range of this high and we're inside the range of this low. So on the monthly time frame, we are ranging. So we have liquidity above, liquidity below, which is monthly high, monthly low. We have volume. So it will be so nice to see price pull back into this point, and then we continue our bullish continuation. Okay. It will be so nice to see price pull back into that region. But how many of you are willing to wait for a month? That's the problem. How many of you are willing to wait for a month? But let's see. Let's see if we can catch something real quick. So at this point, we're having price reacting from here. That's inside the range. We're having price reacting from here, which is a volume. We're having an internal range liquidity that has been taken. Okay. Let's see what weekly has. Man, this is too bad. All right, this is too bad. Okay, so since weekly is not giving us anything, we're still in the range. So let's deal with weekly. All right, so we're having this weekly point liquidity, weekly rejecting from this volume, and then we have this liquidity gone. Let's see if we can see anything on the daily that can confirm us. Don't give me a range. Okay, not bad. Though it's a range, you can see it, we're in a range, but I can equally work with this level. I can still work with this level. If price trades below here, I'll be looking for a sell. All right, I can still work with this. Okay. I'll be looking for a sell. But if I want to work with the daily time frame too as well, which this point is a resistance zone, I have this. Let me see if I can see something. Nah, it's still the same point. So I'm waiting for price to close below here. Once price closes below here, then I'll wait for price to pull back in. And then once price pulls back in and close, I'll wait for my H4 and I target, So, but you see this, avoid it at every given point. Avoid the ranging market. All right. So what else do we have? Majority of the trades right are ranging. So that's why I'm not really interested in those ones below, but we'll check them out. What else again? I have it too. I'm selling, but the sell miss MT5 but triggered on trading view. Yeah, it happens to as well. You need to find out the broker that you're using on your MT5, and then it should align with the broker you're using, on your trading view. I had this too, miss overnight. Osari said AUD USD, there is a weekly CRT. Okay, let me see that. Maybe I had an oversight. AUD USD weekly CRT. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The problem I have with this trade setup, okay, yeah, I can work with this. I don't like working with CRT without volume. That's the problem. So it's not like I didn't see it, but I don't like working with CRT without volume. But now you've called it, I'll have to look for the volume. So this is the volume point. All right, we just broke out of this level, but price can price still come back to this place using that volume breakout. This is the candle that broke out. Okay, yeah, this is the candle that broke out. Yes. All right, then we have this, we have this liquidity that was taken out here, and then we have this volume below here. Okay. All right, let's see what it looks like on the daily. Okay, good. So this one, since this place we're trying to buy from, has already taken out the target, so this place is no longer valid. All right, so let's work with the volume and what we have currently right now. All right, so what do I need to see before I can take a trade on this? So let's work with daily. Daily has given us this sweet one. Though on the daily time frame, we're supposed to see price take this low before we can actually sell. But let's work with daily profile. All right, based on weekly profile, we're supposed to wait for price to break below here, but let's work with daily profile because the daily profile is giving us something good. But does it give us weekly? Yes, it does give us weekly. So finally, thank you for giving me that. I've been able to see a trade setup on this guy. All right, I'm willing to use confirmation entry to sell from here. All right, sometimes I tell you guys, if it's not clear, if it's not clear to you, do not take a trade. It wasn't clear to me. There's nothing like the best trader here. It's what the eye can see, the hand can press, or the hand can know the button to press. So sometimes, no matter how good you are, you might not see certain things, and it leads to oversight. So that's why I always encourage people: look for someone that trades the same way as you trade, even if it's just two or three persons. Make sure you're passing the market the same way. Then always, share insight because you don't know something that you might not see. Someone might help you see. So sorry, thank you very much for this. So I'll be looking to sell from here upon H1 confirmation. How many more minutes do we have? We have less than 1 hour. So if price gives us the confirmation here, you guys already know the confirmation entry I use. So we're going to sell. All right. So we have AUD USD. I think out of the GU, the AUs, I think I like GU more. I like AU more. I like AU more. Though AU is always good at what they call it, always good during Asian session, but I prefer EU is the worst. I do I don't like I used to like EU before in 2023, but now I do not like EU at all. Even if the setup is clean, I already take it. Someone said NU has NZD USD has triggered. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Okay. What trigger? Okay, yes, it has. It has. But let's trace it and see. This one too is ranging, but the the good side of this is ranging to the downside. All right, that's the good part of it. Price trigger from here. Okay, this volume is currently sponsoring price. Let's see. Nice. This looks really good. This looks really good. Okay. So do we have? Yes. This looks really good. So I'll be waiting for price to pull back to this level. This looks really good. That will be on Monday, thereby giving us previous day high will have to be taken as inducement. All right, so we spotted our volume here. All right, this guy would have to be an inducement. But let's look for an entry, a volume tool inside this today's candle if we can see while waiting for that one above. Well, it's actually the same thing. So price has triggered the H4. All right, price has triggered the H4. All right, price has triggered the H4. So this H4 trigger now that it triggered and so will now be inducement for next week. That will be previous day high. You know. So you can still the price gets here. You can still see price. I don't know if price can get here, but if price gets here, you can still see a sell from here today. You can still see a sell from here today. If price gets to this point, you can definitely, or did it trigger it? Let me see, because this H1 confirmation. You can definitely see a sell from here today. All right. Leave that other one for tomorrow, but for next week. But if price gets to this point, you can equally see a sell today because price only expanded and has not come back to feel that expansion. Do you understand? So on NU, you can still catch if price decides to come here, but it has already triggered the it has triggered the H4 POI, but it did not give confirmation. It gave confirmation rather, but it did not trigger the confirmation. Okay, all right. So let me look at something else. Um, use we use H1 confirmation entry on this and targets for AU. Where is AU? Yes, yes, for AU. Use H1 confirmation and then target this low. All right, target this low. Though we're still going, really far, but um price getting here would go into next week. I said we want to hold the trade till next week, but from here just target this high for today. All right, use 1 hour confirmation entry. All right, I think this might be the trade I'll take today. All right, so let me set this here. For those of you that are just joining, because I can see the numbers are rambling right now, I know you're coming in from my Telegram. Well, we do this every day, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. London session, as well as 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. New York session, and we trade live here, brought to you by Funded Vest. So if you're joining in here for the first time, you can take a screenshot currently, go to X, use the hashtag execution room, tag Funded Vest, tag myself, Adam Common King, tag B, tag FX Queen, and tag two of your friends to also join in here. All right, so that we can have fun. And if you also want to explore the trading conditions of Funded Vest, you can use the code VIP to get 20% discount. You know how we do it. Voltage is power. So we're looking for trade setup this morning. Someone said check I should check BTC. Yes, BTC. We had a sale on it. Let me tell you something. Let me update you guys on our BTC. Come. I have a zone here, majorly this zone. All right. So remember I told you guys that. So this is what I did. All right. When price got to this point, I took TP. I took out my profit. All right. And the reason why I did that was I told you guys yesterday that who's this person calling me? I told you guys that if price breaks below this, you see this place I marked. I think I marked it out yesterday when we were on the live call. I said the moment price breaks below here, it's a free ride to the downside. All right, it's a free ride. So the moment price range here for a bit, all right, I had to take it. I had to take profit because it's already giving me a range. All right, I'm already spotting a range, and this is what I always teach you guys, that you guys should learn how to spot a range early before it happens. You need to be able to spot a range early, but with time, don't worry, you understand. All right, how to spot a range. So I took out my profit here because I have a zone above here that I'm waiting for price to get to, but price does not get to that point. Yeah, I was already in the trade setup, right? So FS Queen is still on this trade, so it's not like you know I just left you guys, but I'm waiting to see how price reacts from here if I can get a re-entry. All right, but once price does not give a confirmation to sell from here, then this trade will suffer a hit of SL. All right, I want to see this point. All right, so I'm looking for a re-entry here. If I don't get a confirmation on this point, then this trade will suffer a hit. Okay, so but this is a major zone that I'm much more confident in putting all my risk in, right? Or my supposed, allocated risk for this this zone. All right. But I would not ignore the fact that we're already getting that downtrend. So if price give me a confirmation here, I'll enter again and drop. FS Queen is still on. She gave this trade setup. All right, so she's still on this trade as we speak. All right, so don't close your trade as long as you've put your risk. You've put your risk. I was just trying to grow a particular account. That's why I took my TP here and using the experience I have to know that if price does not break below here, we will not have a very good run. Price may want to go look for some sort of liquidity before it comes back to break out of this zone. All right, and that's exactly what happened. You can see that I marked it out here yesterday. Okay, so this place very much interested, but for now, if I get a confirmation we will dump, we'll continue selling from here. And you can see that price has been giving us what? Higher, higher, lower high, lower low, lower high, failing to this place above this guy. Or did it? No, it didn't. Then price came here, but price failed to give us a lower low. You get my point. Now getting to this point. So this we're now in the range. We're now inside the range of this high. Okay. And this low. So what do you expect price to do in a range? Price can take out the high of this range, tap into this volume, and then give you proper dump. Break below this point, come back, tap, and then continue going because where we are going to on the BTC sell is far. It's far. All right. So it needs solid liquidity. We are heading to this point. It's really far. All right. So we need solid liquidity, to pull back. And for those of you that trade ABC, the ABC rule, this is where your setup comes into play. I know someone is always asking, you don't talk about the ABC. You don't go and be trading pattern. ABC is just a pattern. You need to understand what's really happening. We had a sweep here, and that sweep broke structure, multiple structures, right? And price gave you the so we have the A, and we had the B, which is the pullback, and then price broke this low, and then what's happening? Price has refused to break below this, so it risk coming back to take out the B, tapping into the A, and then we dump. All right, so but that's if price does not give us confirmation here. But since we spotted that we're already in a range, we have a range high, range low. So and we're in a downtrend, so it's only safe to understand that price can likely come take out this high, tap into here, and then we dump. Anytime this price gets into this point, me personally, I'm going to hold the trade till I get to this point. I mean, it's BTC, so it's going to run throughout the weekend. All right, it's not like it's going to like stop on Friday and Okay, so that's what I have on that. Um, Let me check what else. Oh my god. Someone said I should check it. It is cooking. If you want to carry me and enter where I didn't to enter normally. Who would I use to check Ethereum now? Oh my god. Okay, let's see this. Don't worry, we'll see trade. If we see trade setups today, definitely going to take it, right? Some of them are still cooking. So let me just check for other opportunities. I don't know. Okay, let me use Binance. These are places I don't come to every time. Okay. It's the same thing, actually. All right, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So let's do it this way. What's my name looking for here? You don't know where you're supposed to enter with your wine. Come on, stay there. All right, so let us look at. Let's look at what we have here. Mm, I wish this X, I mean I say X, this YouTube channel could harbor people that can talk, ask questions with voice and all. It would have made more sense. I really like that kind of conversation where we have that. All right, so for this one, it's the same thing, right? I want to see price pull back. That's the hair. So it's almost the same thing too. You can see it. I want to see price pull back to this level. You know, it's almost the same thing as Ethereum. I have this level too. All right. So, but I'm much more. I'll be much more. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I've seen it. Never mind. Never mind. I don't see them. Okay, so we had this closed really nicely. So yes. I would love to see price coming to this level. All right, I would love to see price coming to this level. So that's why I said on BTC, I'm very keen on that one above. Do you understand? I'm very keen on that one above. I want to see price coming to this level. Okay. Sweep, break. Yes. I want to see price coming to that level. Okay, so it's really should I say it's really not really clear to me. The price action in this space is not really clear to me. So and I'm seeing too many um POIs areas. You can see this point now. Price has been rejecting from here for only God knows how long. All right, and you know we can decide to say okay, let's use there. But if we say let's use there too as well. All right, what validates this? What validates these points? Okay, okay. Anyways, like I always tell my students, no matter how good of an analyst you are, the moment you enter a chart, even if you know that it is going to sell or it's going to buy, if it's not clear to your two eye, you know the rest of the story. Avoid it. It's not clear to me. It's stressing me. It's stressing me too much. It's not clear to me. So let me look for something else that we can take today. Someone said I should check XAUSD. Same range happened on NAS 100 on NAS. So I close. I know what headache. I know what headache I beg. How price would they go from one place for 1 week? Exactly. So that's the issue. Any trade that stresses your head, that is not that's why I tell a lot of people that clarity comes with peace of mind. If it stresses your head, just avoid. Don't do. All right. So if it's not clear to you, please avoid. AUD card is looking bearish. Yes, we talked about that already. All right. I think we looked at that already. Where is it? I'm only treating your what you call it now. I've not looked at my own trade though. I'm only just talking about your own request. All right, yeah, AED card is bearish. All right, if only if it breaks below here. So we're waiting. So let me put this here. All right, we're waiting for a daily breakout. All right, so we're waiting for a daily breakout for this one. So I think this will play out today, tomorrow. All right, the breakout will happen today. Then tomorrow, price will get into trade back in. Then maybe on Monday, we'll now have our trade setup. Okay. See, guys, there's a lot of waiting game in this. There's a lot of waiting in this game. A lot of waiting. There's a lot of waiting. All right, there's a lot of waiting. You cannot escape it. All right, there's a lot of waiting in this game. All right, XAU. Let me see what XAUSD is saying. So now, for XAUSD, I'm waiting for price to pull back into this zone. All right, because we're reacting from somewhere currently. All right, and if price gives you a need to sell, please do. If you see, if you don't, wait. All right. So I want to see price. I want to see price take out this particular point. I want to see price take this particular low. All right, into this level, and I look to buy from here. But our target, let me put it out there now. Our target is with price come into this low. This is looking like next week trade though. It's looking like next week trade. Because we are still inside this one candle, and this one candle has one job to do: go up, go down, go up, go down. So it has expanded. We give us our buy. It's reacting from somewhere. A volume two now is pulling back. I can't pull back to this level today. Let me see. I can't pull back to this level today. hmm Let me study this thing very well. There's some discrepancy with this thing. I would have taken this point, but you see this point here now. All right. Let's check Oanda. That same point now has already been mitigated. So now there I can't take shock. Do you understand? It has already been mitigated. Because I don't see need for price to come to this zone now. I was hoping next week we was going to do that next week. Right? Because that would be weekly FVG. So that's what will now push our price very well to because we're heading to 4.7. All right, we're heading to 4.7, somewhere around this region. This is where we're heading to. We need okay, you know what? Let me London session is almost done. Let me have FS Queen. FS Queen, are you there? Let me have FS Queen, run an analysis. I'll check on the back end and see properly so we can get a very good trade set up today. FS Queen, are you there? FS Queen, are you there? Okay, I don't think she is. All right, so what I'll do is I'll take my time and check round. All right, I don't want us making any mistake because whatever we give on this call is what you all will take. So I don't want to make mistake. Let her come in, do her own analysis for the day. Then would because she does her own analysis into next week anyways, but at least let her do ours so that I can check because I'm expecting price. This is what will give me that push next week. All right, I'm expecting price to pull back into this level, this zone next week. All right, so I don't expect it to come here now. So what is price looking around? But then again, we can't say if price decide to come to that point. I'm trying to mark out. Yes, that's another thing. If price decide to come into that point, I'm trying to mark out here, right? It's just that it does not take anything because this city formation can do. All right. If it comes back here and tag there, then that becomes a new low for the formation of this weekly FVG. So yeah, it's still the same thing. So I'm expecting price to get to this point. All right, price if price gets to this point, then I'm looking to buy from here. All right, because we're reacting from this zone currently. All right, and then you can see that price has gotten there. Price has swept liquidity multiple times, and then what volume plus liquidity gives what expansion. All right, so I want to see price, expand into this level, and then let's see if we can get a good run from there. But I know that whatever buy we are buying, we are heading to 4-7. All right, we're heading to 4-7. So yeah, so that's that. But let me check silver because they move the same way. So let me check what silver is saying. Hold on. Yeah, it's the same thing. I really do not expect price to come back here. If I thought it does, it should be next week. And see, we had a breakout here. We have a breakout here. So price, what are you looking for? Let me check daily. Can see this one now is giving this on the daily time frame. Okay, that's giving this, and then we have a low here. We have a low here that's serving as inducement for this breakout level. Okay, so let's just see how it goes. I'm focused more on buying than selling. So even if I see a sell setup, I'll I will not engage. Do you understand? So let's see the same thing on that we're looking at on gold. Well, we don't have a choice. So let's wait for price and see if price gets to this point. Price gets here, we look for a buy, and then we'll buy as high as we can take this one as high as 71 or 76 thereabout. All right, so I'd rather wait for this to happen. Okay, I'd rather wait for this to happen. But on the contrary, okay, I think she's here. On the contrary, we can also look at this internal break here. All right, on the contrary, we can also look at this. But I'm hoping that this should happen next week. But you can't say price can just there can be volatility and then price will just dump to this point. But what will make price get here? I'm buying. Okay, I'm buying based on confirmation. But I would, for those of you that are not in my, because I share most of these setups, I think once or twice in my public Telegram. All right, so let me go and check. Let me go and check what's happening. Right, FS Queen will jump in here. All right, let me check at the back end and see if we have any smooth setup that we can take today. FS Queen, are you there?
Yeah, what's up? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all good.
All right, you have the floor.
Okay. All right. So let me share my screen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me share my screen. Hope you guys had a nice evening. Hope you guys had a lovely evening. I hope you had a very nice rest. Okay. So now, trade recap. So we had some trades we took yesterday, and some trades we were holding yesterday as well. So let's see how it goes. We had on Euro NZD. I don't know. I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw this massive push to the upside, and I'm excited because I was like, how would this pair buy this week that we're currently on Thursday? So, but anyways, we're gonna see TP by today or tomorrow. But let's see, probably today. Okay, I'm seeing the volatility is going. Now BTC, we have another entry on BTC. So this was the first entry. This is the second entry. So if you like to take this sell with me, you can enter the sale right now on BTC. Manage your risk, because my first entry is already on break even. You understand? So second entry is currently running. So manage your risk on the BTC sale. And yeah, so it's raining on my good morning Stanley. It's raining on my end. It's raining on my end, yeah. So it's a very, very nice weather to rest. Just sleep. Yeah. This kind of weather you just meant to just set your trade and go to bed back. When you wake up, you see the outcome. You understand me? But anyways, coming here to today okay. Now I said that we had some trades to check out for today. Let's check them out together. Let's see. So you have GP card and GPAUD. Now, these two particular pair, I've been waiting for this particular key level to come and react from. Now I talked about key levels, overlapping key levels, right? So okay. Price gave a rejection of this weekly key level. So the daily breakout has already occurred, which is here. So I'm just more or less waiting for weekly key level to align with the daily. So I'm waiting for daily to come back to this particular area to give a daily reject daily. And I can see that price is currently forming the H4 breakouts for us here. So we have a H4 breakout. So if price eventually comes here, we'll have to wait for this H shape level to be the one to be taken out. Then we're going to take the next buy and target this high. You understand? So as long as your key level is in alignment with liquidity, yeah, all good to go. So you can see our daily key level is the same area as our weekly liquidity. So this weekly liquidity is going to serve as our target. Candle low has been taking candle high as the target, right? I know you guys have been hearing me saying this more often. So low has been taken, high is the target. And the next pair, GPAUD. Now, like I said yesterday, I am not buying or selling this pair, all right, until this low has been taken. This low right here has been taken. Now, what happened there? You can see yesterday, I told you guys do not take any sell because that low has not been taken yet. It's a very strong low. Now, what happened was GPAUD eventually bought from that same level. That's why it's very, very important to play the waiting game. Because if you had rushed into the market, you would have taken an SL this morning because this would have been where your SL would have been and price would have been taking you out and does whatever I want to do, right? But the fact that I told you guys wait for this low before we know if I want to sell on GA today, you can see the low was not taken, so no sales for us on GPAUD. We're still going to buy. So because we have this this is what we have on GPAUD. Let's see if we can get an entry right now. I'm coming, guys. Let me clear this out. So let's take this together. So if you guys are hearing me loud and clear, let me know in the comment section that you're active. Let me know in the comment section that you're active. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this. We have a weekly here. Weekly rejection, right? We have a weekly key level. Low has been taken. High is the target. Now, going to the daily, that's high and this next high is the target as well. So going to the daily, what can you see? On the daily, you can see a daily breakout. Now this is the daily breakout. Now what I can see currently on GPAUD is a current daily breakout again and daily rejection. This is the current daily breakout, right? And this is also the current daily rejection. I like this to be black. Okay. Current and current daily rejection of this V-shaped level. Sorry guys, 1 minute. Of this V-shaped level. So let's see, we already have a daily reject daily, right? Daily reject daily. So what I'm waiting for it was H4 breakouts. So when I go to the H4 time frame and see we have a breakout here. So on the H4 time frame, what can you see? The last V-shaped key level, or the last A-shaped key level that was created before price came to our key level should be where we're expecting it was a breakout. So on the H4 time frame, we'll check if we have a breakout on the H4 time frame to confirm the bullishness of price, alright, on GPAUD. So I think I'm still waiting. My network is a bit slow. Are you serious? D940 trader, good morning. You said I really did something for you. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Yeah, I'm coming. Let me clear this out. Okay. Now what can you see? This is H4 breakout. So H4 now has confirmed that we are currently bullish. Now the next thing in your head now should, where can we find entries? And let me give you guys an entry for here. Let me give you guys an entry. So let's take an entry together. Let's take an entry. Let's take an entry. Let's take an entry on this particular pair. Let's see. Can you network is oh come on, are you still there? I don't know if you can hear me because I don't know if my trading view network is slow or my network in general is slow. I don't know, come in. Let me refresh this page. Oh come on, are you there? Oh V, are you guys there with me? Let me know. Uncommon and V, can you guys hear me? Let me know, please. Okay, I think my network is a problem. Sorry, guys, 1 minute. Okay, alright, my network is a problem a bit. Let me reload that. Okay, D943, you said it just remind me of my greatest tool in my arsenal. Which tool is that? Come and share your testimony. Oh. You know when they will be like, come and share testimony in church. I'll have passed you the mic. Oh god, my network is annoying me at this point. Okay, let me do something. Let me see if I can connect this to that one. So maybe I type it. Okay, let's try. Okay guys, I'm back. So GPAED. I'm coming GPAED now. Trend. Let's see if we can get an entry together on live. So on GPAED, we already have a daily rejective, right? And let's have a H4 breakout. Now I have an H4 breakout here. This is H4 breakout. So let me see if I can find any confirmation. Okay. I think I can see a confirmation. What's that? Let me go back to H4. I need to align with a particular key level. This is a tricky one. Go to daily back. Okay. Because now the daily rejection has its daily CRT. This daily liquidity rather. Single candle liquidity low has been taken. High is the target, right? For now, maybe has a H4 breakout, but I'm trying to get an entry on here. Let me check the 2 hours time frame. Alright, let's leave this one first. I don't like the one that the entry is not clear. Let me see this. For recent breakouts. The entries are really clear. Okay, well, that period is H4 open close. This is worth it, no, it's not worth it. We'll take a confirmation on this particular entry. I'm waiting for price to come and reject from any of these H4 key levels. I have that key level, I have this key level, I have this one as well. This is for price to come and reject from any of those key levels that I'm gonna buy. So that's for GPAD. So I think we wait for confirmation entry on that particular key levels before we buy. All right. So okay. Let me check the comment section. Let me check on BTC. So to those of you that are just joining, we have this BTC sale that I'm currently in. This sale right now, I'm currently on the sale. I'm still holding my Euro NZD till the high has been taken. This pullback is not my concern. I just want that high to be taken. Because why? This is a weekly target. Weekly high is my target. You understand? I want that weekly high to be taken. So what's it called? BTC, yeah. I'm holding the sell on BTC. So please manage your risk on this sale. I'll update you guys on the outcome by 2 p.m. section. Okay, let me check the comment section. Okay, so the moment you mention sweep and break, everything changed in my analysis. Thanks for being the queue. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Stanley said, "I'm doing great. Thank God for everything." Yeah. Okay, someone you said looks like there is an inverse FVG. In which aspect, Samuel? In which aspect? Where is the inverse FVG? Is it on BTC? Which time frame? Let me know. I don't really trade FVG, right? Well, not like I ignore it. I trade it, all right. Well, I keep it as a confluence. So it's like a confluence to the way I trade. But let me know the inverse FVG you're talking about, Samuel. Let me know in the comment section. For GPAUD, it's going to buy again, but looking out for the levels for it to buy. That's what I'm going to look out for. That's particular levels for it to come back and buy from. So any of these key levels I just literally tagged, let me move this. Is where I expect this buy to continue from. So you can really have a H4 breakout. So we need to have the next buy up until this high has been taken, and then the high follow. This high here follows. I think it's a weekly high above it. Wow, it's a very long buy. Are you kidding me? It's a very long buy. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Very nice and long buy. Let's see. All right, guys. Let's see another trade. Let's see GP card. Let's see other pairs. If you have any pair on your watch list before, so you can check that call. If our entries or our targets are literally correlating. Okay, that simply means that we're literally on the same page here. Understand? So ODS, let's see what ODS is currently doing for us. Let's see. So GP ODS now is bullish, right? Because we had yesterday I gave this trade yesterday online. The CPI news allows to tag before he bought us, so I was paying the bit. We had this rejection of this key level. Candle low has been taken, so the high is our target. Do you understand? This high target, then the high before it with any of them is also the target. So you can see weekly price liquidity is rejected. Do you understand? So the high is the target. Now looking at the H4 time frame, what can you see here? On the H4 time frame, we had a H4, right? That H4 now signified that okay, to now buy. Now where is the H4 break? This is it. For breakout. So price gave out to the H4 time frame, and then we now got our entry. So my entry was here. My entry was somewhere around here, right? But it did not come back here, and it hit both take profit, the first one and the second one, then reversed. So I'm not entering here again because my take profit has been hit. So this is on odd USD now. Don't stay married to one bias because price is flexible. You also need to be flexible as well. Now what does that mean? We're still bullish, but what is this? Candle high has been taken, right? Candle low to target. So that simply means that if you want to have another buy again, this is the next level for price to from. So you should expect this to happen on odd USD right now. Price to come back, tag this key level, and then buy and target this high again. So this is where our trend is going to continue. So price comes, break structure, take your entries, and you understand. Then target is high at the next target. So we are going to take this trade. Let me see the weekly time frame. If it also aligns with the weekly key level, now can you see overlapping key levels? Where's the weekly key level? This is the weekly key level. So this is the weekly key level for the new week. So if this happens tomorrow or next, so expect this or this to be the next reaction level for odd USD. Do you understand? So price is going to react from there. And I'm going to take another buy again, start the next high. So I think that's for odd USD. Let me see another pair. I'm coming. I'm coming. If you guys have any pair and watch this, let me know as well. Let me see JP225. I've been on this buy for a very long time. Now this particular buy here has been a long-term buy and it's going to still buy up until this I think this 3 months. Alright, this monthly candle. So candle's low has been taken, right? Low has been taken, the high is the target. So and also what do you call it? We balance and holding balance here. This imbalance here. So that's balance has been rebalanced. Balance has been rebalanced. Anyways, FVG has been filled, right? Now the weekly key level also align with that FVG. Now how can you see weekly reaches weekly? So after the weekly reaches weekly. Uncommon, I want to show you something. Uncommon, are you there? Uncommon, if you're there, let me know. I want to show you
Yeah, yeah,
something.
I'm here.
Now look at this. I know that I was studying, this morning I was studying like this. Sorry, 1 minute. Are you kidding me? This morning I was studying like this. I figured this out. Look at this. You know this other trading view, go chatting, right?
Yeah.
You know on the daily time frame, you know the problem with trading view now, we have different brokers. We have this one by on forex.com, under FXCM. But I'm looking at JP225. We did not have any daily breakout, external breakout, except from this one above. Now, if I show you on this other pair, just hold on a bit. If I show you on this other pair right here, you'll be shocked by what you're going to see. Just 1 minute, I'm coming. Let me shock you. JP225. I feel like right now I'm going to be changing trading view I'm going to be using.
To
Now,
stress
you
you.
can see on JP225. Just look at this. Let me share my screen. This is currently trading view. Let me share my screen on the other pair I'm talking about. This is trading view, right? Now look at this on the other pair. You guys should see it with me. That's trading view right now. Then look at this on the other pair. I'm coming. JP225, right? Look at JP225 right now. On the other pair. No, this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. That's the trading view. I'm coming. 1 minute. Okay. Yes, this is it. Now on trading view, there is no other breakout. But on this go charting, what can you see? This is not trading view. Can you see this? This is the main one on trading view.
On trading view,
But, but on go charting, there's another one before the main one on trading view. I don't know if
okay.
you're getting my point here.
On the candlestick, let me see, like shoes and
Okay.
now go back to that other one.
Like that. Okay.
No, no, no. The other trading view.
Okay, on trading view, right? Okay. Going to trading view now.
Mm.
Okay. Trading view. Now on trading view. This is on trading view right now.
Now go to your candlestick.
I don't know if you're trying to get.
Now this one now. Now I get your point. But if I tell you that this particular trade setup was what I missed, right? And you know what I used? I didn't use the in go kart now you saw a breakout. I used this Quasimodo. Mark that V shape that got invalidated. Are you with me? I think she lost. I think we lost her. Or am I the one that got lost? uh, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Because I don't know if it's FS Queen or me that just disappeared. Who is who? Okay, I think she has network issues. Um,
Breakouts. My dear, if you do that platform, there is daily breakouts on the daily
can you
time
hear
frame.
me?
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me show you my screen. Let me
All
show you
right, all right.
where I saw that thing. Like allow me share my screen.
Okay, cool, cool. Go ahead.
I took a trade from there. Let me tell you how I saw
Okay.
it. JP225. Now you see the trade. Now see, you can see that this is the normal daily breakout we're waiting for. Like we were waiting for, right? And on GoCard, we saw, is it GoCard? What do you call that place? We saw this. This is the breakout
Can't
here.
really.
Can you
Okay,
see my
hold on. I
screen?
think I need to. I'm coming back. Let me refresh and come back. I can't see your screen at the moment. Let me refresh and come back.
Okay.
Oh, come on, your screen is okay. Show it now.
It's showing now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you how to spot those things because sometimes not until when you see breakout as breakout. Sometimes breakout shows as open close key level. So let me show. And that's why I usually teach you guys pay attention to the week. How does it when you see week try to invalidate a particular zone multiple times and then finally invalidates that zone, that's a key level. You don't have to be, you know, doesn't have to be breakout, especially when it comes with a sweep. I will show you guys now. Let her come back. Let her come. It was very visible. You don't even need to. That was where I caught this buy from. There was this buy trade I told you guys I missed. It was from there. This one. It was from there. I didn't need to see the daily breakout. I mean the breakout before I knew that there was a place to buy from here. Where is this? I think she's having network issues. Okay, let's wait for her for a little bit. She's having network issues. All right. So while she's trying to refresh her page, this is what happened there. This is what happened there. So while waiting for, I think I've taught my students these things before. I've taught them before. All right. If you see that your breakout you are looking for or you are waiting for is far, because breakout is supposed to be okay. I can see some people are saying it's midnight open. It's SNES, they always show Sunday candle. When you see wicks trying to break a zone and finally breaks that zone turns key level in context. In this context, doesn't time frame matter? Yes, time frame does matter, right? This is the breakout. I've taught this thing over and over and over. Breakouts, maybe if price reacts from a particular key level, right, on the weekly, let's say this is the weekly key level, and then you're waiting for daily breakout to confirm it. If the daily breakout is far, breakout is supposed to be like this. So this is what breakout is supposed to be. It's supposed to be close, breakout, and come back. What make your breakout be this far? Just know that price will not stop until it gets to this point. So meaning it will start building higher high, higher lows, higher high. That's
Okay.
what should come to your mind. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's go over this again.
Okay.
So this is the weekly time frame, right? And
Yeah.
we are looking for we saw price rejected from this point, right? And you know
Yeah.
that there's nothing we can do. We can't take a trade until we see what a daily breakout.
Breakout.
Now, there's
Yes.
something I used to teach my students. I tell them that look, when you look for a breakout is supposed to be closer to the point, meaning that it's supposed to be this close. This how a breakout is supposed to happen, and then go. But what makes a breakout be this far? Just bear in mind that price will not stop until it touch this place. Price will not stop. So what will now happen is price will start giving you higher highs, higher lows, higher highs till it gets there. So your duty is to now find the points of where you enter from. So if you don't catch point from here, because why? This is like the first expansion. It gives you what? An internal breakout. All right, an internal breakout. Price is supposed to come back into this point. I was waiting for price to come back into this point. But now let me now tell you what made me, invalidate that point, this point, and look forward. Because of this candle was too long, all right,
Okay.
and left a fair value gap. Then I knew that price will come back into this fair value gap. I only needed to study the weeks of these candles. And then I realized that price has tried to break above this point multiple times. All right, price has tried to break above this point multiple times. All right, and then finally broke above it. Price comes back into the fair value gap. If you don't want to use the fair value gap, you can also use this. This was what I now use as my confluence to back that place up. Like, okay, this is why I'm going to take the trade from. And then what did I see here? I saw price rejected on the daily. I went to the H4, right? I saw the H4 breakout. You see, how H4 breakout is very, very close from the rejection point, very close. Breakout, tap. And when it tap, I use
Exactly.
H1 and
Dude,
cut the
like
trade.
exactly. But you know the way me I trade, I don't use FVG, right? You use FVG. I use daily
Oh, you don't
breakouts.
use it. Oh, okay. You mentioned. Okay, okay.
I use daily breakout and rejections, but on the other platform, he had a very clean breakout and rejection, and I didn't see it on TradingView. That's why
You have to
I didn't
factor.
have,
You have to learn to factor that heavy. Heavy is not really that hard. You have to just learn to factor it in. It's not
you
hard.
know you know me. Once I've used one particular thing to now come to another thing again and come and use it because I might use
Yeah,
FVG
yeah,
now.
yeah, 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 yeah,
The
yeah,
next step, I'll not know when to use it and when not to use it. That kind of a
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Right, right,
So
right.
let me just continue, sir. Because I was doing the money analysis today, right? And I just noticed that
Mm,
you're telling me that this other platform had the same trading view, but a different, and it's Excellence Broker, right? And the Excellence Broker now
yeah.
had the breakout on that particular trade. I was like, wow. Even had it on all pairs that are now. Let's take some for example, CHJPY. Let's take CHJPY for example. Now this pair now is going to buy because of the weekly and the rejections and everything. Now forex.com, right? Forex.com now. This is it on forex.com.
Oh my god, I think she's having network issues again. Everest, we don't do this. So I don't know who sent her to travel. Stay in your house and attend to people that needs your attention. You travel. Yeah. For the best part of it, can you guys hear me? While we are waiting for her to, just confirm if you can hear me. Hear me. Can you hear me? Well, why she joined? I've always told you guys, always join this live. Tag your friend. In fact, this is not even a matter of tagging your friends anymore. If you can hear me, but if you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section. This is not an issue of tagging your friends anymore. Go and beat your friends, beat them and bring them here. Beat is beating because you will learn a lot of things when you join this session. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, you guys say you can hear me. Network no dey our own kingdom. Network dey my own kingdom. Do you understand? So, like I said, you will learn a lot of. Go and don't go and say, "Oh, I tag my friend is not coming." Go and beat this chain and tie that your friend and bring your friend here because there are a lot of things that you will learn, and these things we're not teaching you like teaching you and say, okay, this is what we're teaching you. This is the curriculum. This is that. No, you get my
Network
point.
is
Go and
very
charge your
bad.
friends to come here. Especially now you back. FS Queen, are you back? Okay, Penny when she come back, go and drag them
Yeah, I
so
guess
that you
I'm back. My
can
network is a bit poor. I don't know what's up with network. I'm honestly tired of network at this point.
travel. Don't travel, you
It probably is
travel.
because it's running at my end. That's why.
Oh really? Okay,
I
maybe.
don't know. Network is
Eh,
very
maybe
poor.
maybe you join us back in New York session then.
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you.
Hello. Oh, wow.
We can hear you.
Oh, good.
FS Queen's network is trying to delay us this morning. So, like I was saying, if you guys can hear me, so go and drag your friends, tell them to come in here and come and learn. Come and watch how people are doing it in real time. Come and see those things that, okay, like yesterday, I think one of my students in Yakuma University just made a post in the group and said, is it just him that his funded next account is not, you know, is not is not working or is not executing trade, that is anybody also going through such a deal? And I happened to be in the university currently studying what they were doing and just checking, and then I saw it and I responded. And I was like, yeah, because I noticed it. So me, I noticed it as it happened before. It's not like that didn't happen to me before, but I just know that okay, sometimes this broker they have different ways of doing their thing. I've seen sometimes where a broker closes gold market by 7 o'clock in the evening. This is not Friday, on Thursday. I noticed it. I was just trying to close my trade. I could not close. It told me market closed by 7. So as he explained that, I just answered him that yes, um, yeah, it's also happening to me too. The funded next is not working. Just wait till 12. All right. So when you have a community where you have shared problems, where you can actually, gain from other people's experience, you might be having this same thing you talked about right now. You don't know how to figure it out. You'll be saying, some people are saying is XNext printed Sunday candle. That's your own discovery, right? Some people are saying so everybody has their, but the question is if XNext prints this candle, the question here is what is the solution? You get my point? What is the solution? That is everything we need to hear. What is the solution to that problem? So me, I go for solution. And if I'm in an environment where someone is trying to is having that same issue and the person is telling me that this is a solution, I'll be so happy because I need solution. I don't want to hear that this is what causes it. That's what causes it, but is there a solution? I really do not even care about the cause. I want solution straight up. This is my problem. I get solution, I move on. If I know the cause, good, that's like further research. But if I can get the solution, I move on. So when you join places like this, go and drag your friends. They should come here, drag them, drag their neck as if they owe you
Okay,
money.
now come on. Can you
Move
hear me?
them. I can tell you go ahead. I was in start wait for you.
So I drag your neck. Oh, come on. Can you hear me, Jerry?
I can hear.
So I
I can
drag your
hear
neck.
you.
I mean, go not
Go
drag
and drag
me.
their neck.
Anyways, I don't know. The network is easy to from me. Also, because of the rain that's falling over here. So, so yeah. Which kind of laugh is that? So, anyways, guys. So this was happening. Yeah. Um, it's already 10 o'clock. So this was going to happen. It's already 10 o'clock. So I think I'm coming. Let me do this real quick. Let me share my screen. Let me do this real quick. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if it's coming up, it's come up or something. Okay, network is tormenting me at this point. Sharing is not sharing. Alright, so let me stop sharing and share again. So I think the need two trades up. Excuse me. The new trade I'm currently on is that BTC sell. So if on the BTC sell, guys, just hold the sell. Alright? Hold the sell. We're gonna have the outcome by 2 p.m. when we come back. We know the outcome of this trade. So if you're on the sell, kindly hold your sell, manage your risk on that particular sell. Okay? We'll come back by 2 p.m. and know the outcome. I think someone requested for Euro USD review. Someone requested for an Euro USD review. Let me quickly do that if network will permit me. So I think if I get kicked out, I will meet you guys by 2 p.m. If I get kicked out, I'll meet you guys by 2 p.m. But let's see Euro USD before I get kicked out again. So Euro USD now, like I said, Euro USD is currently was bullish, but the bullishness has not fully been, well, let's say, been resumed or assumed, or which English should I use? Safe? Yeah. So Euro USD right now. Euro USD on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly reject monthly. Okay, we have the monthly reject monthly of that monthly key level. So we have the monthly reject monthly here. Then on the weekly time frame, oh, this is not going through. On the weekly time frame, we have a weekly breakout. So the monthly reject monthly, the weekly time frame, we have a weekly breakout. All right. So that weekly breakout now, we had this external breakout. We have this external breakout rather. Now this high has not been taken out. We always wait for this high to be taken out first before we come and look out for buys. Now can you see here, this has not been taken out, so waiting for a weekly breakout. But what is price currently? Price currently rejecting as a sell currently on this weekly time frame. So if Euro USD this week or next week doesn't break out and it continues to sell, that means I'm going to sell Euro USD. For me, I'm bullish, but my buy is not yet setting until that high has been taken out. You understand? So it's only until that weekly has been taken out before I can look out for any buy entries for Euro USD. So that weekly time frame is just a rejection for a sell. So if the buy needs to be in place, we need to wait out for that weekly high to be taken out. So for Euro USD, just wait a bit. We are still expecting that high to be taken out to confirm the bullishness. But I think some individuals are currently selling Euro USD because of the current sale that's ongoing. That's no problem. All good and fine. All right. So it's already 10:03. Come on, are you there? I want to know. My network is not
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
working
here.
right now.
The network is really bad. FSU, can you hear me?
Okay, I think I'll do this. I'm coming. Let me do this. Okay. So yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think you might have to come back
I can
by.
hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Nice one. All right. So let's just yeah, we'll come back by 2 and conclude the analysis. We'll come back by 2 and conclude the analysis. I think we have to come back by 2 and complete the analysis.
All right, so let's come up by 2 p.m. today to come and talk about what we're looking at on New York session. And I'm seeing the comment section. Stanley said, "Come on, you remember some miss AUDCHF setup due to that expansion and price failed to retrace, but I think price is coming back to that zone. Recheck if to see if it's still valid. Okay, let me see. All right, thank you for that. Let me see. That zone is still valid. It's still valid. All right, this trade is still valid, guys. Okay. This zone is still valid, so let's take it. All right, it's still valid. So I mean, this will be a trade for today. So let's take this trade. It's still valid. Thank you, Stanley, for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. It's still valid. Let's take this trade, guys. Please manage your risk at all time. Like, don't assume that our past successful trades will guarantee future trades. Manage your risk at all time. And don't forget, this is not a signal group, neither is it an investment scheme. It is solely for the purpose of education and research. Brought to you by Funded Invest. Take a screenshot, post on X, like I said, use the hashtag execution room, tag Funded Vest, tag Uncommon King myself, tag V, tag um, FX Queen. Don't tag your friends, beat them, drag them to this point, and let's learn and have a practical approach to the market in real time. Okay, and if you want to explore the trading conditions of Funded Vest, you can use the code VIP to get a 20% discount. I'll catch you by 2 p.m. today. My man was good in the hood. All right. Bye for now.